Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I was guided to do a quick, very quick, I promise it's going to be quick, update, separate updates for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. So I'll link to the Divine Masculine video in the description box below, and in the Divine Masculine video in the description box I'll link this Divine Feminine video. We're going to start with the Divine Feminine today. I was guided to do this because there's been a lot of shifts in the energy around the divine counterparts, and Spirit keeps assuring me that we're right on track. But when you're looking at it from the 3D perspective, it looks kind of like a crapshoot. It looks kind of like things are falling apart a little bit, you know. It kind of looks like things have exploded. You know, I've experienced that with my interactions with my divine counterpart, with my relationship, and I know that some of my friends who are on this journey as well, have experienced that. So what Spirit has told me, and what we channeled in the Divine Partnership reading, and then we had a special energy update that we just posted yesterday, so make sure you check those out. What Spirit has told me is not only are you right on track, but that it is the universe stepping in to realign what is no longer serving you. So everything that feels like it's an upheaval, it's kind of like moving furniture. It's, you know, when you move furniture in a living room, you know, you kind of have to move things out of the way so that other things can take its place. That's what's happening here. It's just moving furniture. So what we're going to do is we're going to look individually at the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine and see, get my phone off, see what is going on specifically. So we're going to start with the Divine Feminine. See how they're feeling about this connection right now. See what there is going on in their headspace, heart space, and how they're viewing this connection. We're starting with this Divine Feminine Oracle. I felt called to pull a card just to start off this reading from there. So Spirit, how is the Divine Feminine feeling? And we're going to keep things, we're not going to go so high as far as perspective. We want to see where they're standing. You know, we're not going to talk about like the ascension journey as a whole, Spirit. I appreciate that. Let's just talk about this journey and where they're standing as far as this connection. Okay, so let's get, how's the Divine Feminine feeling? How's the Divine Feminine feeling about this connection? How's the Divine Feminine feeling about this connection? We have Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. It says, I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. This is beautiful. Immediately what I'm getting, you see the heart here, the heart chakra open. They're keeping their heart chakras open. Despite anything that is being displayed in the physical, no matter what upheaval, no matter what kind of turmoil is going on for the Divine Feminines, they are keeping an open heart. And what Spirit is actually telling me is that that is due to the heart activations that they have been going through the past few months, all the light activations that have been coming in, to be open to receiving, to be keeping that open heart, to be loving and compassionate, especially towards their Divine Masculine, to keep having faith, to keep having courage. And that has been a message in the past few readings, to keep having faith, because a lot of Divine Feminines have been losing faith, not in the journey itself, because, you know, they're seeing the transformation within themselves on this ascension journey, and they're wanting to move forward for themselves, but with regards to their divine counterpart, they've been losing a little bit of faith. But they're seeing the blessings here. They're having courage. And not only that, but they're putting their faith in the divine. And I had actually channeled that message a couple of days ago, I think, for the divine. I channeled it a couple of weeks ago, but I mentioned it again in the Divine Partnership reading, where I had a talk with God, who I like to call God. You know, you can call it source energy, the universe, whatever it is that you'd like to call it. Again, that's just the label. But for personal reasons, I still call it God. I had a talk, and I said, I don't trust my divine counterpart, that he's going to come forward. You know, I'm not seeing any evidence of it in the physical. I don't see that he's fighting for us, that he's making the effort for us. And, you know, I don't trust that he loves me. And that was a heaviness that I felt a couple of months ago. It was heartbreaking for me to feel that way. I don't feel that way anymore. You know, I'm trusting this connection again. I'm trusting that he loves me. But that's what I felt a few months ago. And God had said, Susan, if you don't trust your divine counterpart, and you can't trust yourself, and you can't trust this journey, then trust me. And so put your faith. back in the universe. Put your faith back in the divine. Put your faith back there and trust that everything is unfolding as it's meant to unfold. Have faith, divine feminines. Have faith. Let's just get one more. I want to get one more just to start off this reading before we get into the tarot. So that was really beautiful. We have the Mother of the Universe, Kali. Kali, what a strong spirit. I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. Yes. This is the divine feminine, this energy, you guys. As soon as I pick this card up, the energy here is just, this is the nurturing, beautiful, motherly, nurturing energy that the divine feminine just embodies. But as soon as I pick this up, this was the Empress. This is that warrior woman. She is, you know, especially for the collective that I read for and the collective that I'm actually understanding recently that I'm a part of, a lot, I've stepped back from watching, excuse me, I've stepped back from watching a lot of readings on YouTube, just so that I can focus on my own journey. But there are a few select readers who I still resonate with, and I still, you know, I adore all of them, but that I still really resonate with, and I still really appreciate their readings. So I've been understanding we're pulling the same cards and we're channeling the same messages, and it's validating for me because I'll post a video and then they'll post a video and it's the same, you know, said a little bit differently, which is beautiful, because, you know, people need to hear messages in different ways, but it's the same message that's coming in. So that's not only validating, but it's the shared experience. That's understanding that we are truly part of a collective, and that's part of this energy of oneness. And what has been happening is a lot of divine feminines have been recapturing their power and even stepping back from this connection, detaching from this connection from their divine masculines, because they're saying, you know, it's been an imbalance in this connection. What I've been given, I'm open to receiving, but what I've been given hasn't been what I deserve, and I know it. I know what I'm worth now. And it's not anything against the divine masculine. There's still so much love for the divine masculine, so much compassion for the divine masculine, but it's almost like, okay, when you're ready to rise, when you are ready to come forth, I will be here for you, but I cannot stay in that stagnant energy that I was in anymore. I cannot keep waiting. I have to move forward with my life. And it for some in the collective, it might mean, you know, calling in a soulmate. It might mean dating. It might mean other partners. For me personally, I'm committed to my divine counterpart. I love my divine counterpart. He is my person. He's not just my twin flame, my divine counterpart. He is my soulmate. I just had that conversation with a friend this morning. You know, it's, you know, those labels, they're just talking about the spiritual connection. My divine counterpart, my person, embodies everything for me. He's everything for me. He's the person I love most in this world. And I didn't date. You know, I had one relationship I dated, you know, on and off throughout the years, but basically I wasn't in another relationship because I was waiting for that one person, my person. And he came into my life, and it was him. It was him. And I have come to a point where, and I know I'm sharing my story here, but, you know, I believe that stories resonate with people. I believe that's how we connect, by sharing. So I'm sharing it here. You can fast forward to the reading if you'd like. I believe if he doesn't choose me, and that's okay if he doesn't choose me, I've let that go. I choose myself. Like, you know, I'm okay on my own. I've been on my own before, and what this journey has taught me is how I have changed and how I have transformed, and how even more okay I am with that now, because there is love in my life and there is love in my heart, and that love just keeps expanding. And, you know, one way or another, he'll always be in my life, even as a part of my past or as a part of my future, or even as part of my present, if he wants, you know, to be friends. But right now, because I'm in love with him, I have to step back from the energy of being in love with him if that's not what he wants. If he doesn't want to be in a relationship with me, I have to step back and detach from that, because I know what I want, I know what I deserve, and I have to let go of that energy. I have to be me. I have to do me, you know, and when he's ready to step forward, I will be there with open arms. But until then, you know, I have to release everything that doesn't deserve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. It's try to be who you are, and who you are is the Empress, you know, and what you want is your match and nothing less than your match. You want your Emperor. You want somebody to stand beside you, not less than you, not above you, not below you. You want somebody who is going to be your equal. Your very equal, your partner in all things. And this connection is not the relationships that we've had before where there has been an imbalance, where there has been codependency or attachment. This is a freedom, knowing that you are standing beside your partner. This is a spiritual connection. This is a mental connection. This is a physical connection where there's so much passion. And part of that passion is intense, and that can be kind of frightening. You know, I felt that too. It is an emotional connection. But it is frightening because you know that they are your partner in every sense of the word, in a way that you've never experienced before, that maybe has not been seen on this earth before. And that's what we're changing. We are changing the paradigm of what love is. Love is equality. Love is equal partnership. Love is divine. That is oneness, looking at all through the eyes, the lens of love. And looking at your divine partner as being a part of you, being the other half of you, that part of your soul. You might be two individual people, but you are one soul. Divine masculine, divine feminine, merging together in the eyes of love, in the eyes of the divine, in the eyes of God. And so divine feminines have been taking back this power, still feeling nurturing, still feeling that open heart, keeping that heart open, still feeling compassion, but stepping into their power more. And how glorious is that? And how beautiful is that? And you don't want anything less for your divine masculine. You want them to step into their emperor energy. You want them to take control of their lives, to take charge of their lives. You want them to be happy. You want them to be happy. And you know that they're deserving of being happy, just like you're deserving of being happy. You see them for what they are and what they can be. And it's not. It's a very interesting energy. You want that. You accept them for everything that they are in the current moment. But it's like you see them. You see the truth of who they are because you are their soul. Like you are them. You are the other half of them. And not that you're not whole. Like you're complete on your own, but you're also the other half of them. So you see them. You see them as they are, as they can be. You see their soul, and you just want them to rise into their authentic soul self. You just want them to rise to be who you know that they are. So you accept them, and you have compassion for them, and you have love for them as they are in this current moment, no matter what. But at the same time, you're like, rise with me, because I see you, I see who you are, I see that you are my other half. Look what just flew out, the Empress. I'm not going to take that as a part of this spread. I'm just going to take that as a message. This is who you are. You are the Empress, and you want your masculine, your Emperor, to stand beside you, to rise beside you, is what Spirit just said. And you know that they can. You know that they're on this journey with you. You know that they can. You know it's not a potential. It's not the energy of potential. And I think with typical relationships, 3D relationships, we get caught up in potential. It's not that at all. You're truly accepting of who they are in the current moment, but you are understanding because you see the soul of them. You know who they are underneath, and you just want them to rise into that, to get rid of all the soul sludge that's holding them back. You want them to rise into who they truly are, just as you have transformed and risen into who you truly are, which is the Empress. Beautiful. Okay, let's get some energies as far as where is the Divine Feminine on this journey. This might be a longer reading. I'm just going to put that warning out there. You know, I channel until the messages feel complete. I can't do short readings. I just can't, you guys, because I want to make sure the messages are complete. So we'll just go until it feels done. Okay, what's going on in the feminine's headspace, heart space, and their physical world? And then we'll see where it's going as far as outcome, where this journey is headed. So, what's the current headspace for the Divine Feminine, please, Spirit? What's the current headspace for the Divine Feminine? Ooh, that's a good shuffle. Thank you. What's the... We got the Nine of Cups. Immediately what I heard is indulging in themselves. So this is self-care. It's not indulging as in, splurging, if you're like splurging on shopping or splurging on alcohol or sweets or anything like that. Nothing negative. It's indulging in who you are. You see how satisfied he is? You see, he looks a little bit drunk, but we're going to ignore that. You see how like self-satisfied he is? It's because he's getting his wishes fulfilled, and he knows it because he's filling up the cups himself. Self-care. A lot of self-care and a lot of self-love. Let's get a clarifier card from the same deck. Let's get a clarifier card for this Nine of Cups, please, for the headspace. Yeah, they're saying stepping into the, ooh, this fell out. Yeah, stepping into the Empress energy to take care of yourself, to love yourself, to fill up your own damn cups, to move forward in your life, knowing that you're wanting the Divine Masculine, but the Divine Masculine can't fill up the cup for you. They can't. You want them to be a partner, not to fill up your cups for you, but to be a partner beside you in this love. Equal balance is what I'm hearing. Equal balance, equal partnership. No longer the one-sided bullshit that you were experiencing before. You want the give and the take. You want the give and the take. No longer just giving, although that's your nurturing energy, Divine Feminines. You want the give and the take, equal partnership, give and receive, complete balancing of the scales. Because you are carrying the burdens of this. This Ten of Wands keeps coming out for both counterparts. Divine Feminines, for you, you were carrying the burdens of this relationship for far too long. You were carrying the weight of this relationship for far too long. You were pushing this forward. You were doing the healing. You were being the guide for the Divine Masculines, and that's beautiful. That is beautiful, beautiful energy. Because know too that you're never separate, that the Divine Masculine in the higher realms, or higher self, was guiding you as well. You were working in tandem, even though you weren't seeing it. But in the physical is what we're talking about. This is the headspace, but in the physical, what was happening is you were really carrying the weight of this relationship. It was very, very one-sided. And that created a hot and cold dynamic. It created a push and pull dynamic. It created a stop and go dynamic that was very hurtful. They gave me the word harmful. It was harmful for you. And so that's part of this stepping back from what doesn't serve you anymore. You have to put the weight of these wands down. You have to put the weight of this relationship down so that it's a 10. So it's like, okay, you're carrying all 10 by yourself, and what you want is your Divine Masculine to step up and take 5 of them. That's all. That's all you want, is for them to step up and just take 5 and carry towards this beautiful castle that you've built in the clouds, this beautiful abundance, this life of abundance, and move towards this together. But here you are carrying all 10 wands where they're kind of behind you, or they're showing me them skipping ahead of you, and you're like, no, like I can't carry the weight of this anymore. It's dragging me down. I'm exhausted. I can't do this anymore. And so you're wanting to build and move towards this happiness, this life, this happy home life, this 10 of Cups, which is what this is resonating with me. This 10 of Cups in the background, this happy home life, this every wish fulfilled. But you're just like, I can't do it on my own, and I don't want to do it on my own. So you either have to help me and carry some of this with me, where we're both feeling lighter. And once Spirit is actually bringing a beautiful message to me. What they're saying is, once your Divine Masculine steps up and takes 5 of the wands, you're going to see it's going to fall to ash. The wands are going to fall to ash because that's what you're transcending into. You're not going to be carrying any burdens anymore, because it's going to feel like a feather. It's going to feel light. They gave me the word lifeless. I don't know if that's the right word, if I'm interpreting that correctly. It's going to feel weightless. Thank you. They just corrected me. They said weightless, not lifeless, weightless. It's going to feel whatever burdens that you carry, because you are walking side by side with your divine counterpart. It's going to feel weightless now. So it's not going to be like, even if you carry 5 burdens and they carry 5 burdens, it's going to be like you're not carrying anything at all, because that is what we're moving into with this higher dimension, bringing down that 5D template of love, because you're rising in your vibration so high in love and bringing that template. This is the dense 3D nature of this world. And through love and union, when you come into union with your divine counterpart, that love, you're going to see more balance, you're going to see more harmony, you're going to see more peace, and any burdens that you carry, it's going to be weightless, because you're moving in love together. That Okay, they want me to clarify that a little bit more with the 5D template. I didn't want to go higher, but they want me to. So when we're bringing that 5D template down and changing the paradigm of the world, right? We're moving into this new earth, changing the dense energy of the third dimensional plane. So actually go back and listen to some of the past divine partnership videos, some of the past readings. See the ones that that you're called to if you're resonating with this message. Go back through the playlist and see which ones you're moved to, because there'll be messages for you with regards to everything that we're talking about here in those. It's just your spirit will guide you to it. Because what's happening is the fifth dimension is all about love. The fifth dimension and above is all about love. It's a shift in consciousness. So you won't be seeing the challenges anymore. You won't be seeing the upheaval. You won't be seeing the conflict, because that's what we're getting rid of. That's the point of this ascension journey, getting rid of all the karma, getting rid of all the soul sludge, all the toxic relationships, all the toxic patterns, the habits, the behaviors, the false beliefs, any of the, they're telling me, any of the masks that you wear that's keeping you from your true authentic soul self, which is just love and light. You as an authentic soul is just made of love and light. That is the only thing that's real. Everything else is the illusion. Everything else is just the 3D. So when we're bringing that 5D template of love down, which is what this ascension journey is all about, what this connection is all about, then what you're doing is you are rising in your vibrations and letting go of all that dense negative energy, because you're rising in love and light. So that is what is becoming weightless. Any of that negative 3D turmoil, any of that negative 3D conflict is going to become weightless, because you are walking side by side in union and harmony and love. And that is what union is. It's a merging of the energies to rise in higher and higher vibrations into love. And so as you rise in your vibrations and as you bring in that 5D template, when you get rid of the conflict, what's left? What's left but beautiful manifestations, all your wishes fulfilled, wish fulfillment. It is your happy life. This is happy relationship, happy home life, happy marriage, happy commitment, happy children, happy career, happy service. You know, as light workers, you move into your mission work. This is happiness, pure divine happiness, because you get rid of the toxicity. What's left but love? There's nothing left but love. Love is the only thing that's real. So in your headspace, you are tired and exhausted and wanting this happiness and filling up your own cups and ready to let go of the burdens. And if your divine masculine isn't, stepping up to carry some of these burdens, you're just, letting it go. You're releasing it because you're like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. And it's not that you're stepping back from your counterpart. It's not that you're stepping back from the journey. You're willing to journey on yourself, but you're just detaching. You're just detaching from the bullshit. You're just like, I am going to step into my Empress energy and do what I need to do for myself now. And when you're ready to meet me, come meet me, because I will be here moving towards this happiness. And it's this happiness that I want with us together, but I'm moving towards happiness for myself. I choose to be happy, and I want you to be happy with me. All right. Amazing messages there. I'm really glad we're doing this reading. Thank you, Spirit. I'm not going to take that one. Let's do heart space, please. Heart space, let's get a couple shuffles. A couple good shuffles, please, first. We want it to come out. What's going on in the heart space for the divine feminine? Okay, what's this moon card here for, please? What's this moon card? Okay, yep. In the heart space. Oh, divine feminine, this is breaking my heart. I'm going to pull this card out as well. Whoa, this isn't, okay. Divine, okay, so in the moon space, when the moon came out, this is the divine feminine energy here. Give me a second, I'm trying to interpret. Okay. They had me pull the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck because this is how you see your divine masculine. This is what you want from your divine masculine, sitting on their throne with a stable and secure offer, something manifested in the physical. The Pentacles for me, King of Pentacles, Pentacles for me is always about physical manifestations in the 3D, grounded energy. The King of Pentacles is very grounded energy. And you see he's wearing the red, the root chakra here, very grounded energy, divine masculine energy. So it's interesting they have me pull this out because it's divine feminine being the moon and divine masculine here. Actually, what they're pointing me to is it's kind of like a merging of both energies. Here, they're showing me not just the moon. This is the sun here, and then this here is the moon. So it's like a merging of both energies. This is what you want, but with the moon card in traditional tarot is all about secrets, and it doesn't have to be like a nefarious secret. It's just something is not being illuminated, or in the reverse, something is being illuminated. Here, what's being illuminated is you're seeing the truth of this connection with your divine masculine. You're seeing that maybe you want him to be the King of Pentacles, but maybe he's not right now, and it's kind of heartbreaking because you've been left out in the cold, and you feel like, I don't read reversals usually, but it came out in reverse. I don't know why. Maybe I shuffled that way, but you don't see him moving towards you. And this, the Knight of Swords card has been coming out more and more in my, not personal, private readings, as well as divine partnership readings. And in the Gilded Tarot deck, it reads, when I pull it from the Gilded Tarot deck, it's very interesting, because again, remember, I'm not I'm an intuitive reader. I'm not a traditional tarot reader. So I read based on the energies here. Here, when I've been pulling it out, the energy that I've been getting is one of triumph, and especially the masculine riding forward with this truth, this sort of truth, with this newfound clarity, and wanting to be triumphant in this connection. But what has been, with the energy that I'm getting here, is that the divine feminine is feeling in their heart space. It's very heartbreaking. It's like, I've been left out in the cold too long. It's like, I don't see you moving towards me. I don't see you having this clarity. I don't see you bringing me this stability, this consistency. All I see is heartbreak. That's what they've been feeling in their heart space, this lack of faith. That's what we've been talking about in the past few readings, this lack of faith. And that's why they had to step up into this energy of, okay, I'm going to be the Empress now. You know, I am the Empress, and I'm going to step into this energy of leaving behind everything that doesn't serve me, and if that has to be you, it has to be you, and that is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. But you have to do what you have to do for yourself, and they're like, if you want to come beside me, you know that we can weather the storms together. That's all I've ever wanted. We can weather the storms together, both of us. Look at both of us. You know, both of us kind of, I don't want to use the word broken. That's just the symbols that they're giving me here. I don't want to use the words broken, but both of us, okay, thank you. They just clarified. They said, how about in need of healing? Yes, both of us in need of healing now, but now we can do it together. And that's what they're actually telling me. That's what you're moving towards. This collective is moving very swiftly towards union. Here in the heart space, you can't see it. You're heartbroken in the heart space because you can't see it in the physical. And this is all about remembering that what you're seeing in the physical 3D is not the truth of the connection. It's not the truth of the situation. You have to go within. But in your heart space, I'm going to get some other cards because it's almost like this is the 3D. This is heartbreaking because of the 3D. But what they're saying is this is what union is. You guys are moving very swiftly towards union, even if you can't see it. And union is healing together now. Where you were healing apart, now it's healing together. So even though you guys are apart, if you're in separation, even if you're together, if there's some kind of turmoil that's happening, some upheaval that's happening, if you're in a relationship and you're experiencing that turmoil, or if you're in separation, if you're in limited contact or no contact, it's because you're healing. You have to heal individually before you come back together and heal together. But in the heart space for the divine feminine, they were feeling like, okay, I get it. You're not going to move towards me. Like, I don't have faith that you're moving towards me, and I've been left out in the cold one too many times. You're not fighting for this connection. They're not fighting. You're seeing them as not fighting for this connection. Okay, so that's a very third-dimensional perspective. Let's get some higher perspective. Let's see what Spirit has to say about the higher perspective in the heart space. What's going on from a... Bottom of the deck, bottom of the deck, bottom of the deck. Okay. From a higher perspective, Spirit is, I wish you guys could hear them. They're kind of laughing. From a higher perspective, okay, so this is a 3D perspective, and this is why you're feeling it in your heart space, this lack of faith, and why you're moving more into your Empress energy, why you're like, I have to set down these burdens, I have to let this connection go, why you're feeling detached. A longer reading for the Divine Feminine, because there's a lot here, because you're going through a lot, Divine Feminines. This has been a very painful journey for you. Okay, I want to say this. You guys have been amazing, Divine Feminines. This has been a very painful journey for Divine Masculines as well. Don't ever, think it hasn't been painful for the Divine Masculines as well, but you, Divine Feminines, have been holding this up. You really have. You have held this up. You have been fighting for this connection. You have been moving this connection forward. You have been, and again, this is, Divine Masculines has as well, from a higher perspective, on a higher level, their higher self has as well. You're never separated. You're working through this together. You're orchestrating this together. Never forget that. But it feels, I get it, on the human plane, it feels like you have been carrying the weight of this relationship. It feels like you have been holding this connection up, like you have been carrying the weight of all of this. And it has been very, very painful at times. It has been very, very difficult because of the hot and the cold, because if you haven't been in contact for, some of you have not been in contact, you've been in so-called separation. You're never separate, but you've been in separation for years at a time. And it's been very, very difficult. You are so beautiful and so courageous, and your faith is unmatched. And I want you guys to be so proud of yourself. We'll get to the masculine in his reading. He should be proud as well. Divine Feminines, I'm focusing on you right now. You should be so proud of yourself for how you have risen and how you've transformed and how you've tackled your healing and how you have handled this connection. You should be so proud, especially for those of you who come from a place of compassion and love and forgiveness, which is what this journey is all about. It is what is helping you to rise when you're looking at pulling back from the 3D perspective that is pain, and you're looking at it from a higher perspective so that you can heal, so that you can actively move this relationship and this connection forward. You should be so proud, because this is not easy energy. This feeling left out in the cold is not easy energy. This having a lack of faith is not easy to contend with. But even if you're feeling this, you're not seeing it in the 3D. You're not seeing the connection in the 3D. It can be painful. But what you're doing is you have been pulling back and looking at it from a higher perspective. And it's when you go within that you see your masculine. And that's what we were talking about in the beginning. This is so funny this came out, because this is what you want. You want the Emperor to your Empress. You want to sit side by side on your thrones as equals. And you know it. And you know that he is this. You know that he is rising to become this. But it's just when you're in this energy in your heart space, this lack of belief, this lack of faith, which I get it. If you go months, years, weeks without seeing anything in the physical, like it's hard. It's very, very hard. But Spirit is reminding you to go within and feel that within your heart. Feel the connection within your heart. Know the love that is there, because that is what's real. What you see on the physical 3D plane is not real. You have to trust your intuition. You have to go and feel the love that is there from your divine counterpart. You have to pull back and look at it from the higher perspective of this journey as a whole, because the higher dimensions is what's real. What you feel is what is real. Your divine masculine is the Emperor already. They are the Emperor already, and they are just rising to meet you in the physical plane, because they want this commitment as well. This lifelong partnership in this physical reality. That is what they're bringing in. They are doing their work, they are doing their healing work to bring this in. They want this in this lifetime too. They want this lifetime partnership, and they are bringing forth a cup of love. You're filling up your cup of love, and they're filling up their cup of love, and it's going to overflow together. This is the merging. You see how, I've never seen this like this before. It's interesting. You see, it's almost like, this water is coming into the cup, and this water is coming into the cup, and it's being divinely guided by this union, this Eucharist here. So what's happening is Divine Feminine filling up her cup, filling up this one cup, this divine cup. The Divine Masculine filling up this cup. And it's going to overflow together then. This is the one cup of this divine union. This is the masculine and the feminine energies combined. This is one cup. This is one love. That is who you are. One love. The cycle is just closing. This part of the journey is coming to a close. This painful part of the journey is coming to a close. This being left out in the cold is coming to a close. This not coming forward, this not fighting for this connection is coming to a close, because they are the Emperor already as their higher self. Their higher self is the Emperor already, and now they are working. If they don't acknowledge it in the physical, know it's their higher self that's acknowledging it, that they are working to bring it into the physical realm to sit beside you on your thrones. I'm going to put the Divine Masculine up there because that is where he belongs. Okay, so 3D perspective, higher perspective. Always remember to pull back. And the 10 and the 1, the 10 and the 1 being an 11 number. 1 and 1 being divine partnership. This is this union energy that is coming in. It's already in the higher perspective, they're saying. It's already in the 5D, and now it's coming into the physical, but you have to have faith. You have to have step out of this energy of lack of faith. You have to step out of this energy of, if you're feeling any resentment, like you're still being left out in the cold, you have to, take care of yourself. Step into your own energy. Step into this Kali energy. If you have to detach from this connection, you have to do that. You have to do what you need to for you to move forward in your own life and bring happiness for your own life and let down these burdens. But have faith. Keep having faith and keep holding love and compassion for your Divine Masculine as you hold love and compassion for yourself. Whew. A lot of energy with that one. Jeez. Okay. What's happening in the physical? And I think we already talked about that, but this is really in the heart space where you're feeling that like heartbreak in the heart space. So let's see what's going on in the physical. What's happening in the physical for Divine? Okay. Yeah, exactly what we just talked about here. Here, you're feeling it's 4 of Cups, but they're giving me 5 of Cups energy here, where there's almost like regret and heartbreak. You're focusing on the physical. And you're not seeing things from a higher perspective here. And you have to see things from the higher perspective because they're giving me the 4 number. That's the foundation for all of this. The foundation of love. You can't focus on what's empty. You have to focus on what is being offered and feel what's in your heart, what's being offered. And you are strong beyond compare. You are strong beyond compare because you're in your Empress energy, and staying strong and having faith and not looking at what's empty but looking at what's being offered. Even if you have to go within, if you're not seeing evidence in the 3D again, if you're not seeing communication, if you're not seeing affection, if you're not seeing commitment, go within. That you just might have to walk a little bit of this journey alone for a while. You're never alone. Remember, you're never separate from your divine counterparts, but you just might have to how do I say this? You're not alone because you're never separate, but you just might have to move forward a little bit, detach a little bit, so that you can see the love. Go within and feel the love that is there, so that you can be you, so that you can do you, so that you can do what you need to do. But have no doubt that you're going to start seeing this because you have the strength and because you have courage and confidence. Confidence is what they're giving me. This is more Empress energy here. You're going to be seeing something balance out. And what they're giving me is that you're going to see a balancing out in your life. And as things balance out in your life, this is a union card for me. As things balance out in your life, things are going to become more balanced out in your connection. Tempering the energy, tempering the fire and the water. In traditional tarot, it's the fire and the water that she's tempering. Tempering it. Tempering that the intensity of the fire with the fluidity of the water, so that it's harmonious and balanced. And that's what you're moving into with the union, with this new connection, because this phase of turmoil, this phase of imbalance, of hot and cold and push and pull and stop and go, this phase of being left out in the cold, because you have ascended into your Empress energy, into your power, and you have finally said, I'm done. Like, I'm letting go. If it's not serving me, I'm letting it go. Even this connection I'm detaching from, always feeling in my heart the love for your divine counterpart, but saying, I'm not putting up with the bullshit anymore. I'm not taking pittance. I'm ready for you to become the Emperor. And when you're ready to become the Emperor and show me that you're the Emperor, then we can do this thing. Because the cycle, the journey, the phase of this journey has closed out. You're ready for a new beginning. You're ready for the Fool to step in, ready for that leap of faith. You're ready for union. And this is the next phase. It's balance. It's tempering the energies that you were experiencing, the hot and the cold energies that you were experiencing, so that it's more harmonious and it's more fluid and it flows. Your relationship, your love is going to flow, and it's going to be this happily ever after. Let's get the outcome. Let's get an outcome. What's to come from all of this? What's to come from all of this? What's to come from all? What's the outcome here? It's going to be your happily ever after. The 1111 card. And what did I just say? Oh my gosh. These were the cards that just flew out, and I wasn't going to take them, but I was just called to the bottom of the deck. What did I just say? A new beginning, 10 of Cups. You guys, you can't make this shit up. 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. This is the happily ever after. This is the new beginning that's going to come as the outcome for all of this. Everything that you're experiencing now, everything that you're going through, have faith, Divine Feminines, because this is what's to come. More stability, more security, more commitment, a new beginning, a fresh start, a leap of faith for all of your wishes fulfilled. This is every single wish fulfilled. Commitment, happy home life, career, mission work, love, children, marriage, whatever it is that you choose for your life, it is going to be your happily ever after. So believe in this. This is incredible. All right, you guys, we're going to be back with another reading on the full moon, which is going to be, I think it's tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure. But we'll check that out and make sure we know when it is, so that we'll have another reading update for you. I think it's going to be a divine partnership reading, or at least a special energy update. I'm not sure which I'm going to be called to do. So if this resonated with you, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment box. I love hearing your stories. Yeah, we'll be back soon. Sending you guys so much love and light. Stay tuned for the Divine Masculine version if you feel called to do so. We'll be back soon. Love you guys. See you later.